It's fine. It's fine. We'll re-record all day, day. All day, day. What's up, sons? It's Blind Run with Son of a Tech once again, and today we're going to be talking about grocery stores accepting crypto in Texas and Bitcoin miners moving from China to Texas, right after a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is myself. To support the channel, click the join button below the video and you will get access to our privately hosted Rocket Chat. Selecting the $1.99 option will get you access, and after that you need to head over to the membership tab, scroll down, and expand out your membership perks. Find the section for connecting on social media, and in that section there will be a secret registration URL to join Rocket Chat, where you can sign up to enjoy talking with other cryptocurrency enthusiasts and miners without spammers, scammers, or bots. Welcome back. So if you guys weren't aware, I am from the Texas area, which is basically still probably further from everybody else in Texas than you are from your buddy 2 states over in the Northeast. That being said, I'm familiar with this grocery store because we do use them. So there you go. You can now narrow me down even further, and it is called H.E.B. H.E.B. stands for Herbert E. Butt, and obviously Butt's Grocery was not a great name, so they changed it to H.E.B. That being said, if you take a look here, a report from Austin, KXAN, says cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dogecoin will soon be options for payment at some H.E.B. grocery stores in Texas. The Houston Chronicle reports currency provider CoinCloud will soon begin placing kiosks in several stores where customers will both be able to make purchases using the digital currency, but will also be able to purchase more coins. An H.E.B. representative told Houston Chronicle that the pilot program will start in 29 Houston area stores, and the machines will also be CoinCloud's 200th machine, something along those lines. So if you guys are from the Houston area in Texas, you will have an option to purchase groceries, supposedly, at your H.E.B. grocery stores with cryptocurrencies, including Dogecoin, which is a pretty funny ad. But I also think adding Ethereum is pretty funny too because of the high fees, or notoriously high fees, which of course may be changing in the future. We'll have to see how all of these different forks and the merge take place with Ethereum. You can watch my channel for more information on Ethereum and all the craziness going on, especially all the content from last week if you want more information. That being said, it's not every grocery store, it's not every H.E.B. It's specifically through another company called CoinCloud, and it's not directly acceptable in the way that would need to be for, I guess, mass adoption of the cryptocurrency. We'll have to see, how far they push it if they go out to other stores. And you also need to keep in mind that H.E.B. is pretty much only Central and South Texas. And once you get into North Texas, you have a different grocery store line, which is known as United, and in some areas, not even United. Those grocery stores are where pretty much you should consider the mining farms moving to, which is like West Texas, Northwest Texas. The reason for this is because, well, that's primarily where a ton of the wind power is coming from. And that's pretty much the important part if we're talking about Bitcoin mining and cryptocurrency mining, because the renewable energy is the thing that everybody cares about, thanks to Elon Musk. That being said, there is an article here from CNBC saying China is kicking out more than half of the world's Bitcoin miners, and a whole lot of them could be headed to Texas. Now, it's pretty curious here that they are assuming that we're moving to Texas, but they do mention the biggest issue here, which is despite a lack of reserves that caused days-long blackouts last winter, Texas has often some of the world's lowest energy prices, and its share of renewables is growing over time, with 20% of its power coming from wind. That's why I say you will see a majority of these Bitcoin mining farms in West Texas, but they bring up the kind of elephant in the room, which is the blackouts. We had blackouts during the winter storm. They say this is, of course, because they didn't winterize the equipment properly, especially on the wind turbines. And that would mean those mining farms go down. But it gets even worse, because if you're from Texas right now, you should be aware that this is happening during the summer months as well. ERCOT, which pretty much runs and manages the power in Texas, has reached out to the population of Texas and asked that they turn their ACs up to 78, reserve power, and during, of course, any sort of peak times, don't use things like washing machines or microwaves or ovens or other power consuming devices. And that's because they're having power consumption issues. Now, why are there power consumption issues in Texas in the summer when there hasn't been in the past? I would like to blame the P word, the Peter Pan word, but I think that it's a little bit of an accumulation of a lot of different things. One is, of course, just ERCOT incompetency to a certain extent, right? Another thing is that Texas is one of the fastest growing states in the US. And there's reason for that. It's because, well, you guys screwed up the rest of the states and then decided to move here. Jokes aside, I have to make a little poke. There's a huge influx of population coming into Texas, which is increasing the power demand on the grid, which thereby, of course, makes it more difficult to produce the amount of power needed in Texas. If Bitcoin mining farms decide to move here, along with all the people that are deciding to move here, the Texas power grid will need a huge overhaul. And if you guys weren't aware, the Texas power grid is not attached to any other power grid, meaning we can't borrow from other cities that are experiencing mass exodus because of their political agendas. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this content, you can watch more by clicking this playlist up here, or go ahead and subscribe.